Send us a signal.
Wow.
Give us a sign. The needle's on empty, but she swore everything would be fine. But it's on fire, and there's bees in the walls. They're buzzing so loud that I swear I miss every one of my calls. So do it with smoke, do it with light. But whatever you do, just make sure that it's strong and it's bright. Cause it feels like the end, but I now and then overreact. They've been saying that since way back when the moon turned to blood and made rivers all over your back now. Conviction and a lifetime of wonder, the creeping suspicion that it's all soon going under. The mud on the sandals from that landslide in the small town, the wax from the candles on the strap of her costume ball gown. It comes through the windows just like radiation. It penetrates like a saber. And according to all my calculations, the sickness will descend in even gradations, defying the preacher's evaluations. Now is always better than later. Go get the door, send them away. This is not a good time, and it doesn't look like a good day. Cause the house has the odds, they're 100 to 1, that you will decay in your tracks and go blind as you stare at the sun. Just making its rounds and increasing the dread that each morning you leave slightly more of yourself in the bed. But the radio's on, and it's turning my heart into gold. And the guilt I once had is gone. It's been replaced by a fear of dying before I get old now. Your life, the way that the blood still decades later stains your pen knife. It's 10:59 according to the clock at the station. Oh, what a perfect time to begin making accusations. It's easy to forget, but it's tough to lose, like the color of your complexion blends in so nicely with purples and blues, and most of the time it's disguised as a bruise. It sleeps under the skin as the good life accrues. If breathing's the error, it's the simplest correction. Oh, cause if breathing's the error, it's the simplest correction.
Take 2 pints of wild turk, and when
what we got. We'll say, well, we got out of work, and either you got longer legs or you got bigger lungs. As I know for a fact we done the same amount of drugs, and I'm lying in a heap on the side of the trail while you take the shortcuts up to the top of the hill. But anyway, I'm terrified of heights. You gotta climb it alone, but when you get to the top, won't you holler back down? What's it look like up there? I always kinda wanted to know. Whoa, whoa. Well, I got me a stereo I keep kinda low until a good song comes on, and then I kinda let her go. There's still music out there that warms my insides. It makes my days a tiny little bit more demystified. Like right now, Bob Wills and his playboys are talking, but how the big man gets the money while the little one picks the cotton, and the big fish eats the little fish, but that little fish was really bait, and I eat that big fish up with a silver spoon and a paper plate. The utensil I received from my mother and dad, but the plate I made myself with my own two hands, and I don't mind either one, just as long as nobody knows. Whoa, whoa, well, I remember the day when my brother and his best friend, they burst into my room looking like the world come to an end. They said there's a fire on the hill, but it's near the reservoir. We couldn't put it out, but we gotta take Mom and Dad's car, and I cursed low. And then I said, let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're giving me that look that says you're in it deep, unless that's the look that says tonight don't plan on any sleep. I guess I'll take my chances with the one, hold out hope for the other. But girl, oh wait a second, that smile's kinda blowing your cover, and we're sucking in the wind and snow through the cracks between our smiles, making tracks back to the village, though we still got a couple miles where we can sharpen up our fangs, flatten out our feathers, and thank the good Lord up above for this god-awful weather. And if it's too good, just tell me I'll do something wrong, but I'm patience pays off finally. At the end of the longest book ever wrote, it said, ho, 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 oh me. You still laugh in your sleep. I take that seriously. You still laugh in your sleep. I take that seriously. You still laugh in your sleep. I take that seriously. You still laugh in your sleep. I take that seriously. You still laugh in your sleep. You still laugh in your sleep. I hate to say it, but these last few years have been hell. The patience pays off finally.
Patience pays off finally. Patience pays off finally. Patience pays off finally. You tell me you quit, but what you mean is you just quit buying. You tell me you stop, but what you mean is you just stop trying. Well, the tracks of the car feel like they're coming off the rails. The waves are crashing over the tops of the sails. You're breaking that mirror, 'cause that person just can't be you. Oh no, oh my God, I've lost control. Sweet surrender, satisfy my soul. Holy hallelujah, I'm losing hope. There's so many things I want, but all that I'll get is old. You say miracles are just some people overreacting. But I say that's a good baby's long gone. The aftermath is only half as bad as it is true. Explosions that the engine makes increase at an alarming rate. Your foot is on the floor, and I've always been a fraidy cat, so I say, my dear, maybe ease it back, but you give it a little more. And I watch the needle round the gauge while you crank the mix that summer made, saying it's never been like this before. And the hope of an uninterrupted life is still alive inside us tonight. And the love of two continuous lines, stretching from this to the other side. We're making excellent time. The concrete cracks look like the rivers that we traversed in the car together on that all too perfect fall. And the sun-streaked spots look like the dots on that weather map that my mother bought in hopes we would ride or call. And the freeway signs, all green and white, will lead us all back home tonight through that thick suburban sprawl. And the hope of an uninterrupted life is still alive inside us tonight. And the love of two continuous lines, stretching from this gonna make it out fine. And if I'm gonna take the wheel, well then we'll need to make a stop. Get some old money tapes for the stereo and some volley shag on top. I can make it to Durango, but I heard that there'll be snow. Oh yeah, your father called and told us just before we lost signal. And your surfboard doesn't do us much good this far from the ocean, but you brought it anyway, in case the San Juan isn't frozen. And as the flakes begin to fall, it feels like every time before. The only difference is before our eyes weren't quite this sore. And the hope of an uninterrupted life is still alive inside us tonight. And the love of two continuous lines, stretching from this to the other side. And the hope of an uninterrupted life is still alive inside us tonight. And the love of two continuous lines, oh, stretching from this to the other side. We're making excellent time. Because I care. I'm gonna paste them over their doorways, so God knows who to spare. If the shutter breaks and the lens cracks and I'm too late to double back, there's still a chance to make it so. When reason fails, it happened before, it can happen again. I'm still trampling daisies, even though I'm still sucking exhaust. Tough thing about forever, it's easy to get lost. Friend came over last week, said, hey, check this shit out. It's crazy, but it's true. This will replace all the times that you don't like with all the ones you do. And it's blurry now, but a chain of events took place. Once it was taken apart, we understood. It was amazing, it was perfect, it worked, euphoria. I'm still trampling daisies, even though I'm still sucking exhaust. Tough thing about forever, get lost. I'm still trampling daisies, even though I could be pushing them up. Nice thing about a hurricane, it eventually stops. I'm still tapping the tight white skin of the snare drum at the front of the stage. Not sure if it's keeping good time, but it's keeping me strong. Pots and pots of strong black coffee, trying to keep my sleepy soul awake. But the sleepiness still comes along, and when it does, it's fast and strong. I end up with a bad case of the shakes, and my baby tells me, honey, cut it out, 'cause she's familiar with the band before the break. But she's in this runaway with me, and by God, we're doing 50. Coming around that hairpin turn top of Wolf Creek. Now I've called Ali, oxen free, trying to draw God out from his hiding place. Either he can't hear what I'm saying, or he just got sick of playing. Either way, I've been calling out like this for days, and the cadence and the chords are all the same, sung like an anthem from a child in the streets. And you know he ain't much for singing, but by God, he's good at swinging. And that's the reason that he won't stay obsolete, and that's why he's singing, how long must I wait? He's singing, how long will this whole thing take? 'Cause every day it's getting tougher to shoot straight. Now I've read page after page after page after smeared page about this killer instinct inside of me. But love it or hate it, praise it or berate it, it's just what comes out most naturally. And they warned me, kid, you'll run it in the ground. You keep in a couple simple bar chords. You can talk and talk, or you can shut your mouth. You can burn the photographs in the shed behind the house. You can crane your neck to see the rising sun, or you can sit and wait for it with an old side-off shotgun. But it'll move up on behind you from the place you least expect, and then break your bleeding heart before it rings your weary neck. And even though it never quite belongs, sneaks into your every single song. All those petty things you never meant to say, like hi there, nice to meet you, please drive safely, have a very pleasant day. You can blink or gawk at the hand that you've been dealt, but either way you know your crops are rotten in the field. You can go to mass, you can live at church, you can make believe your blood ain't meant for wetting down the dirt. So throw a poultry on the fire, girl, watch those leaves ignite and sing the blues out on some island. 40 days and 40 nights, and maybe all that Mexico blood you spill on that cracking bridge of yours will last you until the firelight is gone and leaves you cold, sleeping with the gray whales, white bones, and black ghosts until the day that you get old. Protest war, say the president's a liar, but in this type of town you're only preaching to the choir. Cause the thing that's gonna get us ain't the one we're protesting. It's all happened before, it will all happen again. And the only thing I claim to know about the enemy, they use a dash of violence and a dollop of subtlety. So go ahead, expose those evil plans, cause he always got an inside man. Do whatever makes you feel fine, just know whatever you swallow's always attached to some sort of lie. You say to me, what you saying when you say to me you want to go back home? What you saying when you say to me, what you saying when you say to me is you want to be alone. So you wanna tell me what you're doing on a Friday night, wearing pants that fit so tight, so far from home. Tell me what you're doing on a Friday night, wearing pants that fit so tight, so far from home. scream it back. As you silently scream it back, I just can't be alone. So you wanna tell me what you're doing on a Friday night, wearing pants that fit so tight, so far from home. So you wanna tell me what you're doing on a Friday night, wearing pants that fit so tight, so far from home. And on the 300-mile drive, all you had was the high five behind your eyes. A lilting lullaby grew to a crescendo as you rolled down the windows, let your fingers fly. While the greens of your eyes and the grays from the skies start to blend, and I see that this love or the illusion of was just pretend. So you wanna tell me what you're doing on a Friday night, wearing pants that fit so tight, so far from home. So you wanna tell me what you're doing on a Friday night, wearing pants that fit so tight, so far from home. So you wanna tell me what you're doing on a Friday night, wearing pants that fit so tight, so far from home. So you wanna tell me what you're doing on a Friday night, wearing pants that fit so tight, so far from home. Bum, bum, bum. Well, they would play Spot and Malice in San Angelo and Dallas. Both sides of my family both playing the same game. Between 8:30 and 10, after supper before bed. It was a good way to relax, and it didn't cost a thing. 'Cause the tendency of my lineage and kin on both sides of my family was to burn it at both ends. And when they burned it all down to nothing, it was time to stop messing around and start all over again. And they did it Monday for the family, Tuesday for the money, and Wednesday for that 20-acre crop. And they did it Thursday and Friday so they'd feel right about going out on Saturday night and Sunday, Lord, because they couldn't stop. Like my father and my father's father and his old man too, got more done in an hour than most men the whole day do. But they must have made a deal with that specter in the field. Just let us feed our family and we'll work our whole lives for you. And before the morning light, they would have breakfast on, because only lazy bones get up at the break of dawn. And they did it Monday for the family, and Tuesday for the money, and Wednesday for that 20-acre crop. And they did it Thursday and Friday, so they'd be able to put supper on Saturday's dinner table, and Sunday, Lord, because they couldn't stop. Now the other half in the city was just as hard and gritty, but instead of planting seeds, they were signing deeds and making loans. And though their bodies weren't taking the beating, it was all just to keep the family eating. They spent long nights punching numbers in that back office all alone, because that 4% interest rate they were charging translated to the most razor thin of profit margins. And an overhead fluorescent bulb can be as cruel as the sun, but they would take it in the stomach when there was a job to be done. And they did it Monday for the family, and Tuesday for the money, and Wednesday for the small savings and loan. And on Thursday and Friday they ducked their heads so they could spend Saturday night with friends, and Sunday, Lord, they did it all alone. Yes, Sunday, Lord, they did it all alone. It was all translucent, and we knew what we knew when we came out on the catwalk and climbed up to the top of the tightrope that was strung from our high hopes. You climbed up on my shoulders, we walked across. You, I know, have a heart of gold, but that heart
This might be stupid, but okay.
Bye.
Oh, thank you so much, Brian.
What the hell? Oh, this is Sex in the City. I was like, Cobbler.
Oh, yeah.
Cobbler. I'm recording it all. Oh, this is like a greatest hits. Like, hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, it's like the greatest hits reel. Everybody's coming out of there. Remember that? I do. Yeah, almost made it a full year. Hey, welcome. Pleasure. Happy birthday. Thanks, man. They just keep coming. We're in there. We're like wondering, like, hey, how'd your room go, man? Oh, it went great, dude. This morning. Yeah. All right.
Hey, happy birthday!
Oh, hey. Happy birthday. Wow. Yeah. Don't think about that. That's the best advice I got. Did you have any clue? A little bit. I was kind of Was it because of me or because of Kim? Was I acting weird? No, just little things.
Like what? Like
Don't worry about it.
She slips him a note. He shows her his teeth. She zips up her coat. He goes to the streets. He gets on the bus, finds an empty seat. He reads in a rush as it begins to sleet. And it says, darling, darling, what oh, what have we done? Who oh, who have we become? Where did we go wrong? You treat me fine, but you make me cry till I can't breathe. And if it weren't for this kid, I would probably leave. He wakes up at 6. She's still asleep, and he builds a fire. The rain falls in sheets. He stares at the clock. The carpool's late. We should leave here at 7 to get there by 8. He turns on the TV as he picks up the phone. The first thing he sees is a man weeping alone, crying, Jesus, Jesus, Savior, what have we done? Who, oh, who have we become? Where did we go wrong? You treat me fine, but you make me cry till I can't breathe. And if it weren't for her, I would probably leave. She's 71, he's 73. down by the sea. She drops him off, and he makes some cash. He takes a cab home, finds her on her back, staring at the fan, breath stuck in her throat. She takes his hand, and she slips in a note, and it says, why, oh why do we come so fast and then disappear? Where do we go after that? After here? No, I know that this is not for me to see. When I go, promise that you'll follow me.